Just so you knows.
Not so not so just
You
so
can stop. Stop with that. There we go, guys. Wait a second.
What?
This big gap is just gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where did it go?
Alright.
Huh?
Here we go.
Someone probably.
Like, at least I have to cut that. No, we got to know. They would have ripped this entire thing apart. You know that.
Hello and welcome to the CineManiacs tonight. It's Wednesday night, 9:35. A little bit late, but that's alright. Who do we got on the show tonight?
I'm Brendan.
Steven.
I'm Levi, and once again, we are back for that one time, that one day of the week to discuss movies. And this week, our theme is going to be Pacific Rim Uprising.
Yeah.
So, before we begin, how are you guys doing tonight? How are we all doing?
Pretty good.
Doing good?
Tired.
Tired? I am too. Very,
I think
very
we're all,
tired.
like, very tired.
Yes.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Past week, like this week, has been...
Last week, my sleep is just horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether or not it be, like, whether or not I do it to myself or not.
Yeah.
We don't talk about that.
Well, alright then, yeah, I've just been... A lot of midterm papers being turned in.
Dude, everyone we know is doing papers now.
Yeah.
Like everyone knows, like, it's just busy to some extent.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, if we're not doing papers, they're, like, you know, getting stuff done for filming, like, overviews and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Or getting those started.
Yeah, a lot of projects going underway now,
Yeah.
this month, next month.
I have to start working on my project. I start working on my next 3 projects were experimental.
Oh, really?
I do, like, I was, like, supposed to have my second film in, like, last week, but, like, I had no creative
That's
ideas.
right, yeah.
I didn't know what to do, so I'm just like, whatever, I couldn't figure it out. So I should probably, like, I'll probably have one, not this week, but, like, next week, along with probably, like, a third one, and then I have to do a final project for, the class as well.
Nice.
And then I have, like, a bunch of stuff for my Keystone to do. It's, like, coming up pretty soon. And, what else do I have to do? Audio project next week, that's due. But that's really quick. I should do that when we get off the rhythm. It's like really quick to get. It's really quick to clean up. It's like you know, like that like long like audio clip of like the all like the hiccups that the guys like talking about. I have to like edit that and like make sure like all flows really quickly, pretty easily and whatnot. So
Gotcha.
easily get that tonight.
Nice. Well, yeah, so our theme tonight's going to be Pacific Rim Uprising, and unfortunately, the second week in a row, none of us went and saw Pacific Rim Uprising, just like we didn't see Tomb Raider, but that's alright, we're doing a whole theme around it. For sure, though, next week, we will all be seeing Steven Spielberg's Ready Player One.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. And the Journal actually has a contest going on here at Webster University. So you got it up on your phone.
Yeah, I got it up on my phone. So like Levi said, the Journal is having a contest for the new movie Ready Player One. All you have to do is go to Facebook. You go to the Webster Journal's Facebook page. There's a specific post about the contest. You like the post, comment someone's name, and you are entered into a contest where it is a raffle. And it is a bundle where you get 2 free tickets. It pays up to $30. You get a free T-shirt and you get a free poster for the movie.
Yeah,
and
it's a pretty good deal. It's a pretty good package. Yeah. Like, if, just to enter into the contest, take a chance. Like it's really good.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of
nice
shirt and
nice
a lot of
poster.
A lot of people are excited for this movie.
Oh,
for Ready Player One coming out, all the
yeah.
80s nostalgia, and it throws back to like Spielberg, who did films in the 80s, like did blockbusters. He produced Back to the Future. He did Jurassic Park. He did Jaws. So it's a big throwback for him.
Oh, yeah.
Helps him out. So it looks really good. I know we're all excited to see it. We're actually having CineManiac Irvin Dubo will be guest starring next week.
He's gonna be back.
Yeah.
6 weeks for that.
Yeah.
I won't be
Steven's
here
not gonna be here. He'll be doing HGZ.
next week. Also gonna be keeping me busy.
But yeah, Irvin will be here because, as we all know, Irvin's favorite director, his favorite filmmaker, is Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
So he'll be here to discuss what he thinks about Spielberg's latest film.
So yeah, just don't forget about that contest.
Yeah, the contest for
Yeah,
sure.
don't
Like
forget.
that is
Yeah.
a good. That's a
Do
nice.
it.
Go to the Webster
nice
Journal, like the post, comment someone's name, and then you're entered into the contest.
It's easy as
It's
that.
all you gotta
Yeah.
do. Don't have to pay anything. It's free.
Mm-hmm. In the movie, it just looks really entertaining. A lot of
Yeah.
people are excited. So, like, if you're really excited for this, you need to enter into this contest.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right. So for sure, go see it. Ready Player One. It's out this Friday, March 30th. Or I think it comes out a day early, the 29th.
I feel like
I think
No.
it does come out the 29th.
Yeah, tomorrow it comes out.
I was gonna say we got a poster
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah,
It
March
says
29th, tomorrow. Yeah, a day
Oh.
early.
Yeah.
alright.
How about that? Yeah.
That's weird. Movies usually don't come out on Thursdays.
I know.
Like
They usually
Yeah.
come out Fridays.
yeah, Fridays and Wednesdays.
Yeah, people are looking forward to this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Tomorrow it comes out, so go see it this weekend.
And then we'll be reviewing it next week,
Mm-hmm.
so
We
you can
are.
see our thoughts on it.
Oh yeah. Well, all right. Then, shall we get down to Pacific Rim Uprising?
Well,
Well, our show.
our monster theme.
Yeah, our show on Pacific Rim Uprising.
Right.
We haven't seen Pacific
We haven't
Rim.
seen
We
it.
haven't seen it at all.
Well, all right. Before we get to it, though, we have to read our favorite PSA. So this week we're gonna read about
I was excited.
Operation Food Search. Every day, families are struggling to make ends meet, pay utility bills, and even eat. You can help make a difference to those in need by joining Operation Food Search. Visit www.operationfoodsearch.org to donate or be a volunteer today. All right. Pretty nice. Short, sweet, simple.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the first film we got on our list?
Do you want me to list all the films that we're going to be reviewing? Or just the
Sure.
first?
Yeah.
That's all.
Just-
Okay.
Yeah. all-
So we'll be reviewing 6 movies tonight. We will be reviewing, for the first half, we'll be reviewing Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman and Kate Beckinsale. That's going to be me. And then we have The Mummy and The Mummy Returns, the OG mummies with Brendan Fraser, not the one with Tom Cruise. And then the next half, we'll be reviewing the 3 Guillermo del Toro monster movies, Hellboy, Hellboy 2: The Golden Army, and finally ending with Pacific Rim in
Yeah.
anticipation for Uprising.
All right, sounds good. So for that first half, we're starting with the
Van Helsing. Yep.
All right, then, Brendan, you're the only one who's seen it.
I am the only one.
Take
who's-
it
oh,
away.
Man, I used to love this movie
Oh my
when I
God.
was a kid. I used to love this movie when I was a kid. So basically, Van Helsing is about the monster slayer Van Helsing. From the Dracula movies, the original Dracula movies. He's played by Hugh Jackman, and it's sort of a twist on it. It's really different. Like he has like crossbows that are like fully automatic, and these like buzzsaw blades that he uses to kill monsters. It's really weird, but I really enjoy it, especially whenever I was little. Like this was one of my favorite movies when I was a kid, and I don't know why.
I mean, I feel like if they redid it like now with like all of that same stuff, people would still like go see it
Yeah.
and like love it because like buzzsaw like blades just sound cool anyway.
Yeah. It's pretty out there.
Yeah.
So how it starts off is we find out that Victor Frankenstein, Dr. Frankenstein, actually worked with Count Dracula and his vampire
Oh no.
quote-unquote mistresses, I guess.
Oh
And so
no. Oh
he
no.
ended up creating the monster to fight Dracula. And so
This movie sounds bad.
You literally have not explained. You're literally
This
like
movie
not even
sounds-
5 minutes in
and
this,
so
and it's already bad.
Dracula
This sounds horrible.
kills Frankenstein. And so Frankenstein's monster wants revenge on Dracula, but he goes into hiding because the people, don't like the monster. They're scared of him.
Yeah.
So then we flash forward a couple years where we see Van Helsing actually fighting Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Because he's a monster
Is
slayer.
this the
This
is
bad
this-
already.
Hey, this was having me like trying to make a cinematic universe all at once.
Yeah.
Just put all of them in there all at once.
And so we find out that oh god, I can't remember who it was, but someone commissioned Van Helsing to go and hunt down Dracula because Dracula and his vampire ladies were terrorizing Transylvania.
Vampire lady.
Yeah.
Vampire mistress.
So along the way, he encounters Kate Beckinsale, and I cannot remember who Kate Beckinsale's character is, but she...
I was going to ask earlier if she was one of the mistresses.
No,
or
she's not.
Okay.
She is,
I'm gonna help him look on my phone for the charger.
Oh, man, who is she? Oh, it's loading. Hang on. Oh, my God, this movie's 2 hours and 25 minutes long.
That sounds
That's
ungodly
long,
for a
yeah.
movie.
Anna Valerius. Who is she?
This sounds like a 90-minute film.
Yeah. Oh, we also find out that Igor works with...
Igor?
No, it's
It's
Igor.
Igor. Well,
No.
it can go
It's
Igor.
both.
It goes both ways, you're right.
Yeah.
Igor.
Sure about that? I don't know Igor. I only know.
There's also the Wolfman in this movie.
Oh.
This was the monster universe that they're trying to make now, just beforehand.
Yeah.
No one want to remake it.
It's kind of... It's a mess. It really is. But it is a beautiful mess.
Did
Like,
this movie get a sequel?
no, it didn't. It was supposed to get a sequel, but it did so badly
There
at
was,
the
like,
box
another-
office that it
Wasn't
didn't
there
get a
wasn't there like
sequel.
a different Van Helsing movie that came out like later?
A different.
I feel like this might be the same one, but I feel like for some reason I feel like
I think this is
for
the
some
same
reason I feel like
What year
there's
did
one
this
with Megan
come out?
Fox in it for
This
some
came out
reason.
2004.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of Jonah Hex?
Yeah, I probably.
Jonah Hex, a whole different ballgame
Yeah,
altogether.
Jonah Hex.
I forgot this,
With
like,
Josh Brolin and maybe.
That's
Yeah.
the DC movie.
Oh, I'm
no
sorry.
One,
It's not Dracula's mistresses. It's his brides. I'm sorry.
Oh.
that's the DC movie no one ever talks about. Jonah Hex.
That. Hey, I wanted to see Jonah Hex when it came out.
I mean, I did too.
I never
but then
did, but
Jonah Hex just like looked too much like Ghostfire, and I was just like.
that was when Megan Fox was in her prime, like for acting.
Oh,
She hit-
okay.
She hit her beginning prime and then ended all in like that same era.
It did. She did, yeah.
So the whole reason that Kate Beckinsale is in this movie is she is of one of the last of an ancient Romanian bloodline,
Mm-hmm.
and they have to kill Dracula so that their ancestors can go to heaven. Like, because of how many people Dracula has killed, their ancestors like can't go to heaven because they're in like damnation or whatever.
Yeah.
So they hire Van Helsing to kill Dracula so their ancestors can make it to heaven. And then her father? Yes. Her father ends up being killed by who they believe is the Wolfman. And that's where the Wolfman comes into it.
Huh.
So now Van Helsing has to track Dracula and the Wolfman and all that. And it's
This is a
it's a
garbled
mess. And then Van Helsing gets turned into the Wolfman.
Stop.
This
is bad.
It is a
No.
mess. This movie is a mess, but
This sounds
God,
like the plot
dude,
of like
I
the new.
love it.
This sounds like the plot of like the new Mummy. They just rehashed it.
The saving grace of this movie
There is
Hugh
no
Jackman.
saving grace.
Hugh Jackman and the action are so good in this movie. I really believe that. This movie is a beautiful mess.
Oh.
It's a mess regardless.
It is a mess regardless, but I love it. I watched this movie religiously as a kid. Whenever, do you guys remember the big ice storm that we had in 2008 or 2009?
I don't know.
No.
Okay, maybe that was just a Southeast
That was
Missouri
just
thing.
a Kenneth
Yeah, that was
thing.
just like
Anyway.
that was just a Southeast
Yeah,
Missouri.
that
Anyway,
was just a
In 2008 or 2009, I think it was 2009, like early 2009, we got hit with a major like ice storm. Knocked out power in my town for like 3 whole weeks.
Whoa.
My uncle brought down a generator so that we could have power. And one of the first things I did was watch Van Helsing.
You could have saved that energy on so
Yeah,
much
you
else.
know what you could have done with that. Oh my god.
Brendan.
This movie is it's so bad that it's good. I honestly believe that. It is a so bad that it's good movie.
Really?
Yes, I really do. I really believe that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine then.
Why are you giving me that look, Levi?
Don't criticize me when I say that 50 Shades of Grey
Oh,
is
God.
so bad that
I
it's
knew
good.
you were going to get into this.
You got no room to criticize.
I knew
that.
as soon as I said that Van Helsing is a so bad that it's good movie, I knew you were going to bring up the 50 Shades thing.
Yeah.
Why did you say it?
Because it's true.
And what I say 50 Shades is true.
Here's the thing. I'm going to buy Van Helsing on Blu-ray, and we're going to watch it.
Why is it on Blu-ray?
Why
Why'd they re-release it on Blu-ray?
is it
I'm going
on
to buy it on
Blu-ray?
Blu-ray. I've seen it at Best Buy.
The question's not answered. Why'd they re-release this movie?
I don't know. I really enjoy it, though.
Seems like a garbage film to put back on the shelf.
I don't know if I'm not gonna watch this.
It's really...
You don't watch any movies with us anymore.
Yeah.
We tried to watch Pacific Rim with you yesterday, and you were like, no.
I don't care for Guillermo.
Hey, he has an Oscar.
How do you know that? Have you ever
He
seen
has
a
an
Guillermo
Oscar
del
for
Toro
best-
movie besides Shape of Water?
He has
The
an
only
Oscar
reason you
for
watch
Best
Shape
Picture.
of Water is because it was nominated.
It is.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Wasn't
right. That's the only reason
Wasn't
why I
Pan
watched
up
it.
for like special effects when it came out?
Pan won I
Wait,
think.
are you talking about like...
Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah, Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh, I thought you were talking
It
about
was
Pan
nominated.
with Hugh Jackman in the...
Oh,
Peter Pan. I was like,
God.
oh, God, no. I was
No,
like,
no.
Guillermo didn't direct that.
No, I'm talking about Pan's Labyrinth.
I've
No,
never seen Pan's Labyrinth.
Pan's Labyrinth.
Was it up for like awards?
Yeah, it was nominated original screenplay, and I don't know. I think it was either nominated or it won Best Foreign Language
It
Film
might
for
have.
Mexico.
Pretty sure it won.
Okay, I mean that sounds. I don't know.
Probably watch it, stuff. It's an Oscar, it's an Academy Award winning film. If that's the case,
Mm-hmm.
probably watch it.
You know how many Best Foreign Language films I've watched that have
Not a
won?
lot.
Only one.
Which one?
Son of Saul. It's because Pedro let me borrow it and I wanted to see it.
Yeah, Pedro loves Son of Saul.
Yeah.
He does.
Anyways,
Back to Van
I
Helsing.
watch. It's been a busy week. That's why I don't watch movies. I haven't watched movies past spring break. It's been busy, and you know it. You know it.
Okay. You know!
I believe you. Back to Van Helsing.
Back to Van Helsing.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I guess
Even if there's anything else like.
I guess one of the main reasons I really enjoy this movie is because I really do like monster movies. I haven't seen many of them, but almost every single monster movie I've seen I've enjoyed. I even like Monsters vs. Aliens.
I like Monsters vs. Aliens too.
A lot of people don't like Monsters vs.
I never cared. I never
Oh, really?
cared for that movie. I also never saw it, so that's why I'm like I've never even seen a movie a day in my life. I say I don't care for it because it never interested me. That's why I don't.
And that's why I don't watch Guillermo del Toro's films because it doesn't interest me.
Okay.
And I'm not criticizing you for not seeing Monsters vs. Aliens.
No, I get that, but I'm like, all his movies that he's done look pretty interesting.
Not to me. They don't interest me.
You didn't hate Shape of Water.
I didn't. I only watched it because it was nominated for the Oscars and it won Best Picture.
And that's bad.
Oh.
You should give other films a chance, like the other Power Rangers.
We're not going back. It's been a year since Power Rangers. We are not going back
We've
to
seen
Power
50 Shades.
You
Yeah.
chose to, though.
Yeah.
Still.
You
You
made
know
that-
why? Because we have open minds.
And I'm proud of you for that. I don't.
Hey, at least he's honest about it.
Stop.
You're
You
getting,
did this to
you're getting
yourself.
so off track. You need to get back
I know,
on
I
track
know.
to
We
Van
are,
Helsing.
we are.
I know. Van Helsing really, though,
Focus, kids.
is so bad that it's a good movie. Here's the thing. Even if you don't watch it for the plot, just watch it for the action. Because the action is really
Oh,
fun in this
God.
movie.
Alright.
I mean,
This is 2004 action.
yes. In the first, 15 minutes, whenever you see Van Helsing fighting, Mr. Hyde, he cuts off his arm. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. There's a scene where, because they're fighting in, a church, the top, a bell tower.
Mm-hmm.
And so he knocks down one of the bells and traps Van Helsing under it. And you hear Van Helsing start using his buzzsaws. And so Mr. Hyde lifts up the bell, and there's a hole. And so he's looking in the hole, trying to find Van Helsing, but Van Helsing is actually inside of the bell. And that's when he jumps down and cuts off Mr. Hyde's arm. It's really cool. It's really cool.
You loved this movie as a
I
kid.
loved this movie as a kid.
All right.
You know
that's-
what show
that-
probably like did a much better job, like probably putting all of these characters or like characters of this is some sort better.
Are you gonna tell me Once Upon a Time?
Oh.
What's Upon a Time would never had these characters like all together.
Yeah.
Then what show?
Penny Dreadful.
Never seen it.
I've never seen it.
It's
either.
like it was a pretty good show that was on Showtime. It had like
Oh, yeah?
it's like 3 seasons. It has like characters like these all in like one, like all in like the show. But they also, you know, they gradually introduce them throughout a season in a series, not in like 2 hours. So like it gradually like puts them all together. And like I haven't seen it, but I've heard the show was very good and like a lot of people love
Yeah,
it.
I heard the show's good. I just never knew what it was about.
Yeah, it's like it's
Never looked into it.
It's
Same.
about something of those. I don't know like the exact same. I don't know the exact details. Like I know it involved like a lot of like classic like character like Mr. Hyde like and like all of like people like that of some sort.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have anything else to say about Van Helsing?
Not really. Just go in with an open mind. It's a fun movie. It's a very fun movie. It's a messy movie, but it's a fun movie. It's not like
Alright.
Suicide Squad messy where it's not fun.
I was gonna say, yeah. There's a
It's
difference.
messy like Suicide Squad, but it's a fun messy.
It makes it fun. Like Suicide Squad was just
Messy.
messy. All right. If you got nothing else, then what would you rate Van Helsing? It's okay if it's a biased one too. I was biased in my rating for Pirates of the Caribbean, so it's fine if it's biased.
I'll give Van Helsing a 6 out of 10.
It's a little too high.
That's a little too... I wouldn't know. I don't know crap about this film.
Yeah. I mean, the reason I give it a 6 out of 10 is because for me, it's a fun movie. So
Alright.
that puts
Little
in the fun
bias,
factor
yeah.
for me.
All right.
Like if I wasn't basing it on the fun factor and the nostalgia for me, I'd probably give it like a 4.7. But like it's a 6 for me because it's fun.
All right. Well, okay. Cool. Then that is Van Helsing.
Yep.
So what's next on our list?
Next is Brendan Fraser's The Mummy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I've never seen these movies, but I've always wanted to.
You never seen?
I
These
rode the
movies are
Mummy
so-
ride at Universal.
These movies are so fun.
They are.
I
They're
love
good.
these movies.
The first
except
one's
the third
good.
one.
Yeah, the third one is just
The
absolute.
third one's garbage.
I don't care. It's absolute shit. It's. I'm sorry. We're 3 minutes still. It's.
Yeah.
This movie's garbage.
It,
The third was just pure garbage.
Yeah.
Like I like the plot of the third one, but like it's executed so poorly.
Oh no, I don't want this one.
No, do you look up like the new Mummy?
I just typed in The Mummy and it gave me the new one.
the
Of
Tom
course you
Cruise
would.
one. Oh.
It's like the most recent one.
Okay, so you've never seen any of the Mummy movies.
I
right?
rode the ride at Universal
That's
Studios.
That's not the movie.
not-
It's got Brendan Fraser in it.
Not
That
the
doesn't
ride.
count.
Yes, it does.
The ride has Brendan Fraser.
It's got him. He filmed a little snippet
All
for
right.
the ride.
That's fair. Ellen DeGeneres filmed a snippet at one of the rides at Epcot, Disney
Yeah.
World. So.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Mummy? The Brendan
Seen all
Fraser?
three of them.
All three? Yeah.
In a while, I still seen them all.
Hey, same. It's been a while too, but
Alright, cool.
all right.
Let's
Then
hope you can do a good job reviewing if you haven't seen it
you
in
and
a
I
while.
guess can just go back and forth between which one we want to review
Let's
first.
not make this like that version.
God,
Let's
do our
try.
best.
Yeah.
please don't make this like
Do you want to do the first one, or do you want me to do the
No,
first one?
you do the first one.
You can do the second one.
I can try. I can't do either of these. It's been a long time.
Oh God. Okay.
I know the second one.
There was an animated series to this.
Yeah, I loved that show. I watched it when I was a kid.
Oh God, the prequel to this was the Scorpion King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Dwayne Johnson. Because Dwayne Johnson plays the Scorpion King
In
in
the
the
second
second one.
Oh yeah, that's the really okay. never
Yeah.
mind.
That was
And then-
the second one came out in 2001.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, because the first
And
one was
then,
1999.
And
Yep.
then that series spawned off more movies than the Mummy has.
the Scorpion King.
Scorpion King has
Yeah.
like 5 or 6 movies.
Yeah.
And they all stopped focusing on the Scorpion King like after like the first one or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't like no one. I don't get it because it's a series within a series.
And it's funny because the Scorpion King came before the first Mummy movie.
No, it didn't.
Oh no, it did.
It came after the second one.
Oh,
He wasn't in the first one.
you're right. No, that's what I was gonna make.
It
was
came
that,
after the second
Like, yeah,
one.
the
Yeah, the Scorpion King was 2002.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, right after the second.
And people like that one.
Yeah, Dwayne Johnson's a good Scorpion. Yeah.
He's the only
He
Scorpion
doesn't
King
look
in my
good.
opinion.
He doesn't look good in the Mummy
That was
Returns.
2001.
That was 2001. Yeah.
We
I
did
know.
not have graphics like we do now. Also, personally, I think probably they should have used practical effects. They would have been so much better.
That's what everyone says.
Well, that was because it was the early 2000s.
I mean,
You
you're the one
just-
that also
never
thought
mind.
you're the one that also thought Goro was special effects. He was just practical effects.
Because there was a part where he was stop motion.
Yeah, but still, he was mostly.
I didn't remember the practical effects. I only remember the stop motion.
The practical effects was
Can we
like.
get on to the mummy, please?
Yeah, you can do this one. I'll do the second one.
I'll do the best I can.
All right.
Just as you will. I remember more. Okay, this is funny. I think I've only seen the first Mummy like once or twice.
You
But-
remember the second one, don't you?
Because I did not know about the Mummy movies until we watched the second one on TV, and then we like rented them and watched them. I've seen the second one a ton more than I have the first one. The first one's better. The first one's good. The second one's also good, but I've
Second one's
seen the
better.
second one so much more many times
Mhm.
than the first one.
Yeah.
But the first one, it's about Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz plays
His like wife.
his wife. Yeah,
They're both archaeologists.
they're both archaeologists, and they discover this mummy that comes to life, and that's the mummy.
Oh my.
I'm kidding. That's not my synopsis.
I was kidding.
Like that sounds like the new Mummy's plot.
oh, with the Russell Crowe and Tom Cruise.
Russell Crowe was in that.
Yeah, Russell Crowe's
Yeah.
in that. How does that make you feel?
That makes me sad.
Yeah.
I like Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe, you didn't have to sell yourself out.
I'll wait till break. Anyway, so the first Mummy movie, yeah, they're both archaeologists, and this mummy awakens. It's not like a mystical being, but at the same time, it's an actual physical mummy
Yeah.
that comes back to life, but they have to go do something. They have to go return something. I can't remember what
Book of the Dead.
That's it. The Book of the Dead.
I was gonna say they were gonna return the slab.
The slab. That like an ad for museum.
No,
Joe?
y'all watch Courage the Cowardly Dog. Okay, forget it. Keep going.
Oh, okay.
Keep going.
I think I remember that.
Anyways, yeah, they have to go return the Book of the Dead to put this mummy to sleep. So that way he's not alive anymore.
Oh, God. Levi. God.
I can do a better job with the second one than I can the first one, believe me.
Okay.
Alright.
That's all I got for the first one.
I mean, you basically got it.
Hey, I remember.
You just didn't talk about the bad guy at all.
The bad guy's the mummy.
No, it's not.
I know the bad guy's not the
There's
mummy.
more than one bad
Because the
guy.
bad guy is like an ally in the second one.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, he teams up with him in the second one because there's another bad guy. So, yeah, there's a bad guy.
The guy brings the 10 plagues back to Egypt or whatever.
He does.
Causes the 10 plagues to happen.
He does. You're right. So, that's a synopsis of the first movie. That was better than Divergent. That was...
Yeah, surprisingly.
That was better than Divergent. That was more connected. It felt more completed than Divergent. Divergent was just confounding all the way around.
And you didn't have to sit there and be like, what
I
do the
think-
colors mean
I
again?
think-
I think this one means this.
This and that.
And then you spent like 7 minutes talking about the colors, and then you didn't.
Because the colors were important.
The colors ended up, not
The
being.
colors were like really important.
But what did you guys think of them?
It's good.
Pretty
All right,
cool.
rating. Okay.
I know you're joking, but you're still hurting me.
No, the first Mummy's good. It's a really good action adventure film, and it helped because I know Brendan Fraser did George of the Jungle before.
He did
I
that
loved
after
George
this.
of the Jungle
No,
as a
he
kid.
didn't.
Pretty sure he did this after
No,
this.
I'm pretty sure
He did it before.
George of the Jungle before.
Like, that was 96 or something, wasn't it?
I don't remember, honestly.
Maybe it was after the Mummy. That's pretty low. If that's after the Mummy.
No, George of the Jungle was 1997.
Hey!
We're good.
All right.
Okay,
That,
cool.
Thank God. But yeah, this really like helped kickstart for
Remember the
Brendan
sequel to that
Fraser.
movie?
I didn't watch the sequel.
Oh, it's bad.
Anyways, this really like helped Brendan Fraser like kickstart, like give him status,
Yeah.
and eventually we know that status will go down, but it's okay.
Hey, he had this one, the sequel, and Looney Tunes Back in Action.
He did in his prime.
Wow.
And,
he wasn't Looney Tunes back
Journey
then.
to the Center of the Earth.
Hey, Journey to the Center.
And then they
that
changed
is
him in the
good.
sequel.
To Dwayne Johnson.
No, they didn't change him in the sequel. It's a whole different character.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I know, but
Yeah.
they switched him out.
They never say what happens to the old dude.
Yeah.
That's fair. Anyways, but yeah, no, The Mummy's a really good action adventure film. Like it takes place in the desert, so it's kind of like a throwback, almost like Indiana Jones in a way.
Yeah.
Except it's more like it's not religious artifacts, and it's more like it is mystery and like mystical stuff, supernatural stuff in a way. And it all relates to Egypt, and Egypt is like cool ass place. We got the Moses and the Ten Commandments and all them plagues.
In the desert.
In the desert, in
And
the
the
Nile.
See, I was always
Sphinx.
interested in like
Pyramids.
Egyptian, like
Yeah.
In Egyptian.
I was going to say Egyptian like mythology and stuff.
I know.
I was always interested in the Egyptian gods like Ra and Anubis.
Stop. Stop.
You know what, Steven? I'm gonna let you tell the people what you thought about the Mummy.
All right. We don't know if Levi was done talking.
It's just.
You made me mad.
That's not a threat. Just like talk about this movie. That's what we do. That's not a viable threat to me.
About me.
No, like that's really all I had to say. Is like it really helped Brendan Fraser like kickstart him to have a higher status as a celebrity, as like a star, as like a blockbuster star.
Yeah, I like Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, I do too.
He's very funny.
He is funny.
But like he's funny, but he doesn't like force his funniness.
Exactly.
He's not out of place. Like he's not like, hey, I'm gonna force this joke and I want you to laugh.
Exactly.
He's just very natural.
And he can be
about
serious
things.
too.
Yeah.
He can be very serious.
Yeah.
Do drama. But yeah, and then Rachel Weisz, like it really helped her, like kickstart, so everybody knew who Rachel Weisz was.
What is she doing now?
What's she doing now? She's being married to Daniel Craig, so she doesn't have to make money because she's married to JB. So, no, she did
James
like
Bond, not Justin Bieber.
yes.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a second, what?
No.
Oh,
She
gosh,
was-
in Constantine.
She was in Constantine. She was in The Constant Gardener. She was in
Enemy at
Oz
the
the Great and
Gates.
Powerful.
She was
She,
in Enemy at the Gates.
Yeah, that's a really good movie.
I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what she's been doing. She hasn't been in a lot recently since like Oz the Great and Powerful, and her and her husband Daniel Craig, like they starred in that movie, that horror movie Dreamhouse together.
Hey, I liked Dreamhouse.
I'm glad you and I are on the same page.
I thought it was
Oh.
okay.
I like horror movies, but that was not a good movie.
Whatever.
So yeah, and then John Hannah is in the movie,
He
but
plays the son, doesn't he?
no, he's their friend.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and I really don't see him anywhere.
That.
I only see him in the Mummy movies and when Stars had Spartacus on TV. He was in that television series. What?
No, that's just funny.
What?
Actually, yeah, the first three things listed are The Mummy, Sliding Doors, and Spartacus.
Yeah, like he was in the TV show Spartacus for 2 seasons.
He's
And-
in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Oh, yeah, he's in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay.
Who is he in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
He's the guy that created an AI in season 4.
I don't watch it.
I'm like, you say
I
it
don't
as if I just know who he is
I
automatically.
don't remember the
after that.
character's name because I only watched season 4 because Ghost Rider was in it.
Wow.
Bad
I
fan.
only watched
Fake fan.
I only watched the first half of season 1 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I
Never
stopped
watched it
after
all.
the episode where Nick Fury was in it at the end. But,
I've never seen any of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I haven't heard of any of these other shows or movies that
exactly.
John Hammond's
See,
in.
he was only in the Mummy, and he's only known for like the 3 Mummy movies and then Spartacus when it was on Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why that cracked me up. It just did for some reason. It's like Mummy, Spartacus.
That's it.
Oh, yeah, Spartacus.
I actually want to watch that TV show again. Stop. We know you are.
All right, we're gonna get.
What did you think of the Mummy?
I love the Mummy. Like, I watched this movie a lot as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, because my grandma always had this movie, and then the second one. I don't think we ever like owned the third one on like TV.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's
I
fine.
only watched the third one on like TV, and I'm pretty sure like I saw it in theaters, but I only saw it. But after that point, I watched it like on TV, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the story in this was like pretty good. Like I like the action. I like Brendan Fraser's character in it as well. Like everybody in this cast just like was really good.
Yeah.
And like just made like the movie like really entertaining and whatnot. So like I love this movie.
It's a good action adventure film. Like it's an action adventure film that's done right, just like Indiana Jones is, and that's what it kind of calls back to. It's like Indiana Jones. Because they're archaeologists. They're in the desert. They're trying to return an artifact. Yeah. It's good. It's really good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this.
You what?
I said I want to watch it.
I got all three of them. We can match all the mummies sometime. Yeah.
Except for I've seen bits and pieces.
See,
is the third one the one where where they're in the mountains?
Yeah.
I've seen like the last 15 minutes of that.
Tomb of the Dragon Empire. Yeah.
I've seen like the last 3 minutes of that one. Last 15 minutes of the third one.
We don't need to watch it. We don't.
It just brings us so many questions. It also upset me that they got rid of Rachel Lee's wife.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't notice because it's the same. She played the exact same character, just someone else. We're just like, we notice.
It's kind of like they replaced like Rachel in the Dark Knight trilogy, Katie Holmes, Maggie Gyllen,
or Terrence Howard with Don Cheadle from Iron Man.
Mm-hmm. That also just doesn't sit right with me. That just upsets me still to this day.
It doesn't upset me once you realize the reason behind it.
I mean, I realize because Terrence Howard kind of being a dick. I'm just like, guess, but still, I liked him in the first one.
Yeah, it's not that I didn't like him in the first one. I enjoyed him in the first one, but
I think Don Cheadle's a better roadie.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can't imagine.
I can't imagine Terrence Howard playing Rhodey in the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
I mean, now like Rhodey's been in like so many more of the movie. I'm just like I can't see him as any.
I can't see Terrence Howard doing Civil War.
I can only see Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
See, I feel like if they had Terrence Howard as War Machine and all these, he probably would have killed him off in Civil War.
Yeah, probably because he would have been asking for too much money.
It's like you are asking for the budget of Infinity War. We can't do that.
Well, hey, at least now he has a successful show on
Empire.
Fox. He has Empire.
Yeah.
Now just imagine.
He's getting paid per episode.
Imagine Don
Cheadle on Empire.
Honestly, that'd probably be a lot better.
Really?
I feel like it might be.
See, I can't. Terrence Howard, like, he's more slick than Don Cheadle is. Like, he's more slick, more smooth than Don Cheadle is.
Yeah. I just feel like Don Cheadle's like just a little bit more charismatic and whatnot.
That's true.
Fair.
Terrence Howard's got more of that pimp look than Don Cheadle.
That's probably why it works. That is why it works.
I'm like,
I've seen the show. I've seen like the first 2 seasons. Yeah, that's why it works. I don't know what they're doing now in that show.
Season like 4.
It's like season 4.
Yeah.
It just took a whole different direction now. It's like somebody's locked up in a cabin now. I don't know what's going on anymore.
When you zone out of a show for like a whole season, you're like, what's going on
What's
now?
happening?
Someone's in a cabin.
That was like me with.
This looks like some misery stuff.
That was like me with Arrow because like I skipped out on like a whole season and like I was like, okay, I'm gonna try and get back into the show, and I popped in and I was like, oh my god, there's missiles hitting this one city now and like millions of people are dead. Oh, okay. Like, okay, they just accidentally killed like 500,000 people. It's no big deal.
Back to the Mummy.
I was gonna say back to the Mummy.
Yeah.
I mean, I was done with what I had to say for that. So we can like
Then ratings, yeah.
Ratings.
What do you want me to go first?
You go first.
I would rate the Mummy probably like a solid 7. I would say like a 7.1, 7.2. Yeah.
I can see it. I'll give it the exact same rating, like a solid 7.
Yeah, like solid 7, 7.1, 0.2. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It is.
Yeah, we're done with that.
All right.
So then now we move on to
The Mummy Returns. Yeah.
So this picks back up like a few years after the first one ends.
Yeah, it's like because they have their kid.
They have a kid. I thought they had the kid in the first one.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The kid's in the first one.
But the kid's like, is he the same age? He's a little grown up now.
He's like, no, he doesn't get fully grown up until like the third one.
Yeah.
He's like, I feel like he's like a year or two older.
It's 10 years after the events of the first film.
So they don't have a kid. They
They
don't
don't
have a
have a
kid
kid.
in the first one.
I thought they had a kid in the first one.
I didn't think they had a kid
I
in
think
the first one.
I remember the second one more because they had the kid.
Yeah,
and the kid was like,
It
you know,
didn't
like
say anything about the kid whenever I was.
yeah, the
looking at
kid's
it.
Yeah,
like
see?
the kid's like the central role in the
Yeah, in the
sequel.
second one, like he's the whole reason.
Yeah, he's the whole reason
second
everything
one.
happens because
Yeah.
the fact of
He gets kidnapped. He gets taken from.
yeah,
him.
because that happens.
Yeah.
Like I said, it takes place like 10 years later. They have their kid, and I think like they're still archaeologists because for some reason they didn't quit their job after they fought a mummy in the first one. They just kept they went back, and it's a whole different mummy that gets released this time.
Yeah.
And this time it kidnaps their son because the fact of the son, what can he do? They're like, cause he can do something like that's why he gets kidnapped.
Yeah, because I remember the scene where he like uses his powers to make the kid float.
Yeah.
Like, in front of him. I remember that scene, but I can't remember specifically.
What? But yeah.
It's not, like I thought they were gonna like sacrifice the kid to the mummy. Or something.
I mean, that probably was the plan. I don't know anymore.
Anyways, not
But
that
yeah.
I'm
urgent.
looking because I'm trying to. Find
No, it's fine.
No, it was already there. Like I thought he had like some like connection to the mummy or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're like because the mummy wants to release like the mummy plans to release the Scorpion King.
Yeah.
And destroy the world with the Scorpion King, and they end up getting like their friend back, and then the guy who was I forget his name.
Which guy?
The guy who was like their enemy in the first one, who's like
I
like,
forget
their
his
partner.
name too, but yeah, now he's their
He's like
friend,
their partner
their
in this
ally.
one.
Yeah.
Because he was pretty much like their friend at the end of the first one.
Yeah.
And like they all like kind of like get together to like help go through this like pyramid to like they're like
the temple, like the Scorpion.
Temple of Scorpion King to like get their son back, fight this mummy, and also end up fighting the Scorpion King in the end, which was played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Back then, he was just known as
The Rock.
Rock. Yeah, he was just in the movie too. Like at the end of the credits, it says "and The Rock" as the Scorpion King.
Yeah,
now
in a lot of roles, he's just known as The Rock.
Yeah.
It's called
up until like I think it was like 2007, 2008. He only went by The Rock.
Yeah.
And then he started calling himself Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah. And
And
now
now
it's
it's
just
just
Dwayne
Dwayne
Johnson. Yeah.
He's done with The Rock.
He's done with The Rock.
He came back in like 2015 to be The Rock again on WWE, but then he just
Yeah, because he came back because John Cena was like, I can whoop The Rock, and then Dwayne Johnson came out. He's like,
Are you sure about?
You can't fight me.
No, he was like, Are you sure about that?
And then Dwayne Johnson beat up John Cena.
And then he was like, "Yo, you want to be a movie star?"
And now they're both
and
now
now
they're
John
both movie
Cena
stars.
and Dwayne Johnson. Yep.
Just think, the next person who wants to be famous will just be like, I can beat John Cena.
I can beat John Cena.
Okay, the reason that they have to go to the Scorpion King's pyramid is because the bracelet of Anubis latches onto Alex.
Yep,
the kid.
that's
There we
it.
go. That's what happened.
And if they
That's
don't get there in
exactly it.
7 days, the bracelet will kill him when the sun's rays shine.
That's
upon the
exactly
pyramid.
it.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Yep, that's exactly it.
Yeah, and the bracelet of Anubis. Because, they're excavating and they find it, and he's like, what is this doing? He's like a dumb kid.
Like a dumb kid.
Puts it on
The
just like-
typical kid gets himself in danger, not knowing what it is. Plot.
Yeah, just like, oh yeah, now this is on my wrist. So I gotta go save my kid now.
Yep.
And yeah, then they have to go in there to save them. And then in the end, they have to fight the Scorpion King, which
Yeah.
Yep.
CGI is so bad.
It's really bad.
Like,
It's a good thing he's only in the movie like 5 minutes at the end.
mhm.
5, 10
and then
minutes.
he's in the spin-off, but he's also just all human in that one.
Yeah. Yep.
That's listed as one of the worst CGIs in movies.
Oh,
Yeah.
The Mummy Returns or The
Yeah.
Scorpion?
The Mummy Returns.
The
Mummy
Mummy Returns. I can see it. I can definitely see it
Yeah.
being one of the worst.
Like when watching it as a little kid, I was like, I didn't know the difference. But now, like
Now it's
after
like-
Avatar comes out and
You
look
watch it,
back,
you're
it's
like,
like,
Oh God!
but
Put it away!
He's like, but Jurassic Park looks so good.
Practical effects.
So how did ow! How did this happen?
I'm like, so bad. But I mean, like, that's pretty much all I have to say about this movie. Like, I like it. It was a pretty good sequel that did, like, to me, I did better than the first one.
Oh, really?
I liked it a lot more than the first one because I also watched this one a lot more.
Same. Like, if I had to say,
they showed this one a lot more on TV.
I would say, like, from a non-biased point of view, that it's about on the same level as the first one. It's on par with the first one, but a biased point of view, I like this one more than the first one. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like, that's pretty much all I have to say about, like, the characters are all pretty good still.
Yeah.
The same cast until the third one.
So,
and screw that one over. Like, and then, the only thing I don't like about this movie is just the CGI on the Scorpion King, honestly. Yeah. Everything else I pretty much like about this movie.
Yeah. Everything's good.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on it?
Just that it has like the same action, same adventure, same little bits of comedy that like the first one has, little bits of comedy, and that I like it just as much as the first one. Yeah, it's good action, it's good adventure, and from a bias point of view, like I like this one better, just because again I'm the same way. I watched this one more than the first one.
And like I remember this one because the fact of like we're in the because like when they when they were in the temple, like one of like the random guy they had with him like gets eaten by like all the scarabs in the tomb. Yeah. I remember that scene when I like thinking about this movie. Yeah. It's like and that wasn't bad CGI.
That wasn't. No, you're right. That wasn't.
What happened with Scorpion King? Like, what did they just run out of money at the end?
They ran out of money.
They accidentally went over budget.
That's why that's why he didn't have as much screen time in the movie. Is they're like, we ran out of money, so the CGI is going to be bad. This is as much screen time as we can afford you with as bad of CGI as we have.
They couldn't even afford him. They had to CGI him. They had to CGI his likeness. Yeah. They couldn't even...
But, that's pretty much all I got. So, do you want to give your rating then?
Yeah. I'll give this one, I'll also give this one, a solid, 7.
Same.
Yeah.
Same exact thing.
They're both on par with each other. So
no, I wasn't saying wow, really. It was more like a wow.
Yeah, they're both on par with each other. Wow. 7.0 or 7.1 or 2.
Yeah.
Wow. Stop.
With that,
that's gonna first half of the show. So we'll be right back, and we'll take about 10 minutes of a break or so. We'll be right back to do the second half of our show. So make sure you keep staying tuned in. Tuned in on your station, your voice, the Galaxy Radio. CineManiacs will be right back. Play.
It's been playing the entire time.
No, it has not.
I already watched that thing play.
Well,